What's going on? Today we're reviewing Bel-Air Season 3, Episode 9 and Episode 10, and it was so many violations throughout this episode. It was so many people violating. We gonna get into all of that. If this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. We doing Power Book 2 right now. We got a bunch of different content on the channel. We do film, music, and sports on the channel. Now, this episode, these two episodes, was great. And I can't wait for season 4 because they left us with a lot of cliffhangers, dog. Like a lot of them. So the anticipation for season 4 should be real good. Peacock should be bigger, right? Because the streaming services are taking over. So Peacock should be bigger when season 4 come back around. They got the backing of Will Smith. So this thing should continue, because they did a great job in season 3. I do wish they would have dropped one episode a week instead of rushing through this season, because I believe it would have been even bigger right now currently if they would have did one episode each week. Now, let's get into the violations. And the first person in violation we're going to discuss is Jazz, man. Jazz was bugging. Dog, how many times she got to tell you no? She told you no about 10 times. You still running behind her. You still trying to convince her not to get married. Let her be happy. Both of them was in violation when she went over his house. How you gonna go over a dude house you love? You love two dudes. You go over this dude house and say you need closure, so you spend the night with him. I don't know what y'all done did at that house. He could have had you at that house in a full Nelson. He could have had you bent up like a pretzel. He could have did the baby boy with you. All type of stuff be going through my head. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what that? And then you tell me about a kiss that I didn't know about either? Oh, no, wedding off. Wedding would have been off with me. Like, no, 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 no. And then he was just talking about, yo, we don't need a prenup and all of that. See, that would have really threw the wedding off, because he was talking about we don't need a prenup. They about to get married, right? She drop all this information on him after he see Jazz hugging her, right? So all of this go on. If that was any man in real life, he would have went back to her and said, hey, I love you. We still get married. You're going to have to sign this prenup, though. Slide them papers right over to her. We got to get the prenup, sweetheart. And now, if he do that to her, she would have been like, oh, my God, things have changed. Yeah, things have changed because you changed them. I don't have no secrets. You see what I'm saying? Both of them were in complete violation. Hilary was going out like a thought, though. They wrote the character like a straight thought. Like, yo, what are you doing? Juggling two guys? You goofy. And this why dudes be like, yo, you can't have male friends. See, when you're in a relationship with a chick, and if the guy's an actual friend, like been a friend their whole life and stuff, maybe. But even y'all gonna have to have boundaries. Like, ain't no you calling him every day and y'all texting. Nah, ain't none of that. And then what women say, oh no, you being controlling. Well, yeah, I'm the authoritative figure in the relationship. You supposed to be something like her father or her boss, but y'all romantically involved. Straight up. You are the authoritative person. Now, that don't mean abuse. A lot of women heard what I just said and go, oh, that's abuse. No, no, no. You don't abuse her, even though you in an authoritative position, right? Like, it's some fathers with great relationships with their daughters. It's some bosses with great relationships with women. It's some male bosses that got great relationships with women. It ain't on no, extra stuff. And it's just a good relationship. You see what I'm saying? You can do that. You can be a great leader being the authoritative figure. That's what you supposed to be in your relationship. See what I'm saying? If she going out and talking to another guy that she used to be romantically involved with, you got to put your foot down and say, no, we're not going to do that. If you want to do that, do that. Be single. That's how it should have played out this whole season. But instead, Hilary been on this thought stuff where she going back and forth with her emotions for this whole season. And then she ended up marrying a guy with the other guy there looking all goofy. Jazz looking goofy as hell while they up there. Jazz looking goofy as hell. He's like, man, she really married him. Yeah, she been telling you that for the last 2 months, dog. What are you doing? So that whole situation was in violation. But they did leave off on a good cliffhanger. Is LaMarcus dead? And I think he is. I think that's how they gonna do it, and then they gonna put Jazz with Hilary. You know, I feel like that's the direction they going. Or they might go, he not dead, but he can't play football no more. So now that prenup that he didn't want to sign, Hilary gonna be the breadwinner. So now we're gonna see how that's gonna go. They go in two different directions. Both would make two good situations. If he passed away, then she got to get through that. But she can't hop straight to Jazz once he passed away. That's just like crazy. Like, yo, you wanted to be with this guy anyway if you hop straight to him. But they could take that route from a writing standpoint, or they can take the route where he have another big, thing go on with his brain. He almost passed away. He wake up out of coma or something like that, right? And now he can't play football no more. So that prenup conversation, it was really a big conversation, but Hilary should have been getting the prenup for him, because now he can't play football no more. He don't know how to get no money, right? So he's just not as successful as he would have been being a football player. He's still getting money. We ain't gonna make him a bum, but he is not the breadwinner. Hilary is the breadwinner now. Her social media thing take off, and now they show us that dynamic with him being the authoritative figure still. Well, he should be, because he's the man in the relationship, right? It's a spiritual, it's a natural order to these things, you know what I'm saying? But that's what he should be, but she's the breadwinner because of his injury. All right? That's a cool dynamic to watch and see how it play out. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. But yeah, that whole situation was a crazy, wild situation. Another wild situation. Carlton. Episode 9. Boy, he was wilding. But I had to remember, he's a dope fiend. At first, when I was first watching that episode for episode 9, I said, yo, this is why I really hate Carlton. Remember season 1, everybody was like, yo, Carlton suck. He a sucker. It came back around episode 9. And I really was like, yo, I hate Carlton again. But then I realized, this dude just a dope fiend. He do what dope fiends do. I told y'all grew up around a bunch of people that was addicts. That's what happens sometimes. They lash out. It's just what they do. They lose it for a second. Then they got to reel it back in and do their apology tour. And that's what they do. So that's what Carlton was doing. And I like the fact Amira's going to get the actual help that she need. They send her off. Yeah, go get help. And then when she come back, maybe Carlton and her could do their thing. A good writing situation with that could be putting Carlton with somebody else. And then when she come back, it's like, uh-oh, do you go with the girl that you loved at first that had the same addiction issues you had, or do you stick with the chick that you with? You know what I'm saying? So that'd be good. But I like that. And then on the opposite end, so off of the relationship stuff, you also had Jeffrey leaving the family. And I was picking up on subtle things. Episode 9, they show us everything they going through. Episode 10, you will notice if you watch it back, doing the photos, everybody taking photos, Jeffrey up there being sentimental. And I'm like, why he being sentimental with everybody? Oh, I love you. Our daughter is leaving. She about to get married. Yeah, he being real sentimental doing the photos. He the only one like that. So I'm like, okay, he being real sentimental. He probably about to leave. And episode 10 come, or the end of episode 10 come, and boy, Jeffrey is up out of there. He write that letter. He done moved out the apartment. We'll go to see him, which he shouldn't have did, but we'll go to see him. Left him vulnerable. They done snatched Will up. That's a big cliffhanger, because it's like, yo, we got to get Will back. So now episode or season 4, the first few episodes, everybody gonna be looking for Will. Literally. Everybody gonna be looking for Will except for Hilary. Hilary got a big situation with her husband, but everybody else gonna be looking for Will. Like, yo, where Will at? And the other 2 things that's gonna be real big for season 4. One, I think Uncle Phil gonna try to run against Yolanda, because he looked good up there giving that speech. I think the double cross coming, and he gonna start having feelings like, man, I need to run. And he gonna run actually against her. So that's gonna be big for season 4. And then also, and you know what, I'm gonna do a prediction video for season 4, and I'm gonna talk about all these things, but Aunt Viv being pregnant. That's big too. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot going on these episodes. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about them down in the comments. You know, it will be more videos on Bel-Air, but I'm gonna separate it. I ain't gonna just make a big 30-minute video because it is stuff that I want to talk about that I didn't really get to. And I'm gonna make a prediction video that's separate from this where I actually put my predictions down for season 4. And hopefully somebody that knows somebody see it and they can make a great season based off of the things I suggest. You know what I'm saying? No, but y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode in the comments. As always, if this your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel, click that like button, and like always, y'all be easy, be safe.